one. Hello, so how's it going?
Everything's good, man. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So how you been?
Great, man. No complaints, man. Feeling real good, so everything's on up and up.
Split Nelson.
Yes, sir.
Ah,
SPIT at S.
that name. Now you gotta explain that name, Split Nelson, because I think of two things. I'm thinking that you're a battle rapper for Split, and Nelson has a like your last name.
So Spitz, I got the name. So it's partly right. I got the name Spitz Nelson. I was going by Jay Spitz for a while.
Hmm.
And a few of my friends, they always, they be like, Spitz, you always spitting. Then later down the line, I ended up meeting one of my homeboys' girlfriends, and she was like, "I like the name Spitz," but she was like, "You know what? Something missing." And I was like, "Huh?" She was like, "Spitz," and then she's like, "What's your last name?" I was like, "Nelson," and she was like, "That's it." And ever since that day, I've been rocking with that name. But my homeboy Kess, he actually was the main person who really started calling me Spitz. I was playing college ball, Fisher College in Boston. Shout out to my Fisher alumni. And yes, I was nice, a little chubby, but I still get busy. I played guard in college. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. Yeah. I played guard. I was still like so even recently, like I think like 4 or 5 years ago, I was still dunking. I got videos up dunking and dribbling and stuff like that. I ain't playing in a minute. But yeah, I played point. But that's how I got the name, being up in Boston. And it just stuck with me because it's my artist identity and my last name. So
Okay, I like that. Cool. And you said you play ball. And how often you play? Do you still play ball?
you know what? I don't play ball as much. I think like a few months ago, I was hooping like twice a week. My wife had hit me. She was like, "Yo, you need to get in shape, go to the gym." So she signed me up for the gym. So I play when I can. I still enjoy it though.
Hmm.
It's something I still enjoy. If somebody asks me to play, I'll go hoop.
Okay, cool.
Real quick, bro, you got albums and you married? You a happy
Man, it's crazy. Yeah, man. You know what? You know what the crazy part is that it's like it's better now having a family. You know what I'm
Uh huh.
saying? Like I want to be one of the first people on here to really give that family perspective because it's much better now because it's easier to make music because I got so much to talk about. Like I got two twin boys who
Hmm.
are 1 year olds right now, and I got a 4 year old. My wife. So music it feels better now. You know what I'm saying? It's like more. It's just more relatable. I'm giving people some substance. I'm still barring everything though. It's a lot of bars, but it's just better. It feels great. So
See, I like the fact that you said that because a lot of rappers won't even talk about the marriage side. They'll stick more to the street
why
side.
not?
Yeah, more to the like the gritty side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we love those guys too, and they're dope in their own right. But
Hmm.
my story is, I love music. I've been doing it for so long. I've been doing it for I got 20 years in doing music. I create. I got my own studio in the house, so I'm recording. I'm hanging out with the little homies at the house, my kids, hanging out with my wife. It's a part of life. Like I feel like it gives me a new perspective when I'm creating music. So that's why when you hear Good Coffee Club, the new joints that I
Hmm.
just dropped, it has a lot of family perspective in it.
Yeah, I know that you said you use a line like you're good everywhere like Visa, full time dad, rapper at my
Full time
leisure.
dad, rapper at my leisure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean because here's the thing, like I'm gonna put my family before music, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I love music, and music's with me for so long. So I'm finding a way to balance it out. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I am a full time dad, but I'm still rapping. I'm still creating and making dope shit.
So where did the passion for music come from?
I think the passion for music really came from just just being around other like I have a lot of friends who one of my homeboys, Jermaine, I actually was just speaking to him like a week or two ago. I remember we was younger, we used to work at Six Flags and he used to have the CDs and all the different music. So I used to listen to music, being around my friends. I didn't listen to it much in my house because I grew up in like a strict like religious household until I
Hmm.
was probably like 12 or 13. But I would say it just developed from just being around it. Like I really can't answer it and pinpoint one area, but I do know when I started listening to music, it was on since then. It was like yo, I'm listening to everything, all the stuff that I missed. That I didn't hear, I was going back, researching and listening to it. So it found me. I ain't found music; it found me.
Like who were some of the people that you were listening to?
So I was listening to artists, obviously like the Jay-Z's, Nas. You know, I started listening to Outkast. One of the first like big pivotal moments of me even being a fan of music was listening to Outkast. Because when I heard that Equipment album, I was like, yo, these dudes is from Atlanta and they rapping like this? Nah. So I started listening to their other stuff too. But definitely like I would say Outkast, I would say Jay, Nas, um, even an artist who just passed away, rest in peace, Chino XL. I remember I bought, well, that was one of the first CDs I bought. It was called I Told You So. And that CD was so fire. I was like, yo, this dude is spitting some crazy bars on it. And, you know, later we were speaking about like the Clips, and I'm just a huge fan. Snoop, everybody, man. I made sure that I listened to all artists from all coasts. Like I wanted to see what everybody was talking about. I want to hear what they talking about here. I want to hear what they talking about down south. So yeah, that's why the magazines used to be so dope. You know, having those Source magazines, those double XLs, those vibes. We don't get that anymore. And as a kid, I used to love going through the pages and looking at the credits and seeing where they from, the No Limits, the Cash Monies. So it's a lot, man. It's you know it's a blessing that I was able to find those guys.
Was there ever a chance that you got to hear people that wasn't on the radio that you said, yo, this motherfucker is, yeah, I'm gonna keep up with this? You ever got a chance to hear people that weren't mainstream?
Every day.
Or
Every day. Because I'll go on Instagram right now and find somebody.
I'm talking about back then.
Back then?
Because they threw everything at us. So did you get a chance to, oh shit, look at this person popping in?
And you mean like who wasn't like super mainstream?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think more so now. I feel like most of the stuff that I was privileged to view was coming from the magazines. But I did used to find artists in the back of that little corner up and coming, and I would see their careers blossom. But most of the stuff I was listening to was from like just hearsay, word of mouth in the magazines. So, but nowadays I find artists all the time. So
you put a whole mix of, but even though he's in the talk,
yeah.
Exclusive songs.
Of course. Like I used to do the same thing, man. They used to give me 3 for 10, sometimes 4 for 10. So the mixtape era was amazing.
Would you buy like the actual CD too and the mixtape, or buy like combination of?
So combination, just depending on how I'm feeling that day. So
okay, any mixtape DJ that you like? I'm
a huge Clue fan to this day. I think as far as like being so influential for the culture, like I just remember his mixtapes were always put together well. He always had the best lyricists on there, and I still remember like some of the best verses that I've ever heard in my life that came from some of his professional series. Like, and some of the artists they still around, they doing other stuff, but he definitely put together some dope pieces.
Yeah, Clue. You like any blend mixtapes?
What you mean blend?
Like blend, like Ty Boogie or Ron G.
Ron G was dope. I definitely got onto Ron G later. Mostly though, K Slay, a lot of K Slay stuff. At that point in time, I was in Boston, so I had a friend who was bringing CDs from New York. But K Slay, Clue, it's too many to name, but I definitely love the mixtape era though.
How was the music scene in Boston while you was there?
Yo, so Boston has a lot of dope artists. Like, it's a dope underground scene. It's not as mainstream as New York, but a lot of dope artists. I think the talent is there. I just think it's more of like, kind of like, more of like rock that gets pushed out of there. But it's crazy how many dope artists they have coming from there. So I think it's cool. Like the show scenes is cool. I feel like it could be more with so much the amount of talent they have. But it was cool. It was cool.
Like, who's like the top rising rapper in Boston?
Oh man, I'm trying
to think of one
right now. I couldn't say because there's so many of them. But it's a ton, man. The underground scene is dope, man. I can't pinpoint it though. It's a lot of dope artists from Boston.
Okay, so let's go to hip hop politics. Then we'll go back to you.
Yeah, that's cool.
So what's the most challenging part of being an independent artist in this current state right now? Because everyone's a rapper, everyone's uploading music on social media. So how do you separate yourself from the pack? So, I mean, I'm going to answer the question, but I don't see too many challenges right now because I've just been doing it for so long. And I'm just at where my career is now, like I'm at ease with how everything is going. Like I feel like it's
even this past year, I feel like everything is like elevated with everything that I'm doing. So I think some of the challenges that people face who are artists are financially as an independent artist. That's the big thing. People don't ever want to talk about that shit. But like as an artist, you got to think like you going to the studio. You know, at least for me, when I was going to the studio, I'm doing 4 or 5 hours. I'm paying $60 to $70 an hour. Mixing, you get a song mixed might be 200 to 300 per song. You know, you get your cover art when it's time to bust a move for a show or whatever. So the financial part is a challenge, but I also think too a challenge for a lot of artists now would be really just having confidence to push through. The reason why I say that is because most people don't understand, like, your homies ain't always going to be the support. They're not going to support you on every little thing you do. Maybe some will, but I think the challenge is for artists to kind of just to understand that. You know, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, so I understand that, but that's a huge challenge of thinking like, just because that's my man's, he got to support me. Like, that's your man's. That's not a fan. Go out and get it popping. Find your fans. Like, and then let your man's do something and work with you. But that's a challenge as well. But those are just a few. But, you know, in my case, I just see so many opportunities. I don't see many challenges at the moment.
Which way you think worked better for you? If you was to put out something that would keep the vibe of, or if you put out something that was the vibe of you?
Put out something that's the vibe of me. That's all I could do. So I gotta live with that because it's my true, genuine like self. Like I'm giving people a piece of myself. Like even with these Good Coffee Club projects, it's like I did these projects because I had very little time. I'm coming to Soho. I used to go back and forth to Soho every day. I love being out there, being creative, but you know, I got 2 one-year-old twin boys, you know what I'm saying? Right. And I got my 4-year-old. So it's like my time is limited, but I still have to create. Like it's therapeutic for me to create. So I caught myself in the little cafes, right in the cafes, on the train, drinking my coffee, sipping my coffee, trying to find a seat when it's not crowded. So I started making these Good Coffee Clubs, and these Good Coffee Club projects are just something it's conversational. Like I'm talking to people, whoever's feeling like me. They might be having families, they might be working, they might be trying to succeed and trying to do big things too. You know, they might listen to it and be like, yo, this dude, he doing this thing. He actually can rhyme. Like, what's this good coffee shit? Like, but people don't realize, like, you look around, everybody drinking these lattes and all this stuff, and they got their headphones on walking down the street. But I thought to myself, like, yo, what are they listening to? Mm-hmm. But then I said, if hip hop's the #1 genre in the world, I would say maybe 7 out of 10 of them are listening to hip hop. So I made Good Coffee Club because it's a piece of me. It was a time where I was my busiest, stressful, and blessed at the same time. But I found a way to give me a good cup of coffee and make some dope shit.
So you answered my question because I was going to ask you. So how did you come up with the concept of blending hip hop with coffee?
So again, it came to me like kind of like just out of nowhere. Like I was on the train one day, I got my headphones on. Shout out to my producer Slim, because Slim is a dude who I met like years ago when I lived in Florida. He was like 17 at the time, and we've been working together for many, many years. He produced all the records, so he'd send me beats, and I would just be listening to him like, I'm going to get back to writing. I got a studio in the house. I got a pro set up, everything, and it's just like, I got to start writing. So I was on the train, sipping my coffee, jotting some lyrics. Once the first song, Doing My Job, was done, I said, oh, shit, this song sounds fire. I recorded it. I recorded Counterfeit. Boom. So it just came to me just from my daily commute and my love for coffee, because I love coffee, as you can tell.
Cool.
Just by.
So what's your favorite coffee?
So my favorite coffee right now would be, it's the coffee that I do at home, which is Nespresso. Mm-hmm. So it's a brand called Nespresso. They got the store in Soho too, but I like the Costa Rica blend, and I like the Ethiopian blend a lot. So it's real good. Nespresso, man, we want to get paid, so make sure y'all contact us. Everybody in this room, we want to get paid, so hit us up.
You do the Irish car bombs?
I used to do the Irish car bombs. Now I'm just a whiskey sipper and a coffee drinker. So
I actually thought you was like a barista at one point.
Repeat that one more
I
time.
thought you was a barista, like you was working at a Starbucks or a coffee shop.
I mean, technically, I am a barista as far as the bars go, but but I would love to do like a pop-up coffee shop experience and a show. So I would love to do something dope where it's like a dope cafe. I'm doing a listening party, have people come in there. For that, I even would want to partner with one of my homies who have like the cannabis situation and do a nice little blend with the cannabis. But I would love to do something like that. It's something I've been thinking about doing, to actually taking classes, because it's something I'm passionate about just as much as music. So
cool. No. So, did you have a partnership with like Real Dope Coffee?
So I actually have. I don't have a partnership yet, but I did do some ambassador work with them. They basically sent me a ton of coffee, man, to try out. Shout out to Real Dope. Appreciate that, man. I've been drinking it. I got a studio session later tonight, so I'll probably get a couple cups. But they hooked it up with some blends for me to try, and it's really good. You know what I'm saying? It's black owned. They out of Georgia. I like what they stand for. They got a real dope message, so it's dope.
Plug it.
Yeah, I mean, make sure y'all follow Real Dope Coffee on the gram. They opening up in like Kroger's, all type of different markets in the United States. So they official. It's one of my favorite coffees right now. So shout out to them.
Cool. All right. Cool. So each album had like a different feel to it, right? And how would you describe the sonic evolution from your earlier project to Open It Up?
So I think Open It Up was me at an earlier stage in life. I wasn't really developed. Like, I thought I was nice with Open It Up. Like, to be honest, like, I thought I was dope. But it's just a different time period. And I feel like, I feel like Jay is a good representation of, like, the evolution of being an artist. Like, if you rapping how you was rapping 15 years ago, the same thing, it might get boring to you. So it's like my music was consistent of where I was at in life, and it still is now, even as we talk about the Good Coffee Club family and all that. So I think sonically I was more up-tempo. Like, I really was just, I think I was trying so hard to be dope. Now I'm just, I know I'm nice with this shit. So
you just embrace it.
I'm embracing it. Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to, now I'm just like, when I pen that shit, I feel it. So I know it's going to resonate with people who listen to it.
Cool. So you ever listen to your old stuff and be like, damn, I wrote this. This is trash.
You know what? I'm going to sound like an asshole, but no.
No?
All the shit that I listened to that I wrote, I love that shit. I go back now, I go back now and listen to Open It Up. I'm like, this shit is fire. I probably wouldn't do the same thing, but I listen to it and I enjoy it because I think about where I was at, those moments creating it around my homies, different cities I was at when I was doing shows. Or if that project Opened It Up, I did hella shows. So, over my span in Boston and New York even, I done did like 40 shows, maybe 50 shows. So just thinking of those songs, those times, looking at videos and stuff like that, man, I love that music, man.
You love it?
I love it. I love all those songs. And real quick, rest in peace to Corona. That's my man's. He passed away. He's actually the first person that I really did music with. Like, he taught me how to, like, do all the studio stuff. Like, people now be having home studios, and it's popular now. And I was doing that shit so long ago. We was recording in home studios for years. Like, so we was always like, we like the studio, but we like being here and creating and cooking up because we don't got no time limit. We can make 40 songs if we want to. So this shit that I see now, I'm like, I respect it, man. But we was ahead of our time when it comes to producing our own music, creating our artwork, pressing it up on going to Best Buy, buying 100 CDs and selling them in the dorms. Like, we was ahead of our time. So rest in peace to Corona, man. And funny story how I met him. I actually met him. It was after the season playing basketball. I was like, I need a part-time job. I had work study. They was putting some money in my pocket. I was barely showing up, and they was still blessing me with the check. So I'm grateful for that.
Okay.
But I decided I'm going to go to Best Buy and get this job. So I got the job at Best Buy, working there for a while. Then this guy came in there, young Dominican dude. I could tell by his vibe. He had on a big coat. He was just chilling, quiet. I'm like, what's up? I'm Josh. Nice to meet you. He was like, I'm Corona. I was like, he was like, I make beats. I was like, yeah, my name is Spitstar. I rap. He was like, you rap and I make beats. Let's work. Ever since that day, after work, we would go to his crib in Dorchester. We would cook up. His mom was mad cool. She used to hook it up with the food. He'd let me eat, bust a grub at the crib. I was eating the first time I really ate some Dominican food at his crib, but he was a solid dude. Like he taught me how to do everything as far as like put the bars together. I knew how to rap, but I didn't know how to structure it. And I'm mad grateful for him. You know what I'm saying? He passed away, unfortunately, but he taught me a lot. So RIP to Corona.
Yeah,
anything that you would like to be aware of or keep other people aware of that you feel that he passed away from? If it's something
I mean, I just think, just be safe at all times. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, if it's one of the situations.
Yeah, just always be safe, and that's it, man. But spread love, like he did. And,
You're ready.
And you guys record like 200 songs together, and you only reach like 70 or so songs, right?
So recorded songs, I probably got more than 200 that I've recorded.
With Corona.
Just overall, me and Corona did a lot. I probably, even on my hard drive now, I was looking. I probably got like 30 more songs from that we did together that I'll eventually release. But we did a good amount of songs in a good amount of time. So
nice. Cool. That's good.
Yeah, pardon me too. Somebody actually just hit me up the day before yesterday. They hit me with a screenshot and they was like, "Yo, this song still goes hard." It's a record called Song of the Year. I remember everybody loved that song, and it's a good feel song. So yeah, man, I always think about just the process we was creating and when people say they like that song.
So at one point, did you ever want to get signed, or you was going the Master P route, just trying to sell everything independently?
I always was an independent guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I always had visions of my own because even, when working with Corona, we had a group called Mastermind. So it was a collective of artists, you know what I'm saying? Like I was probably the most active out of all the artists, but it was artists and producers. So we was pushing our own stuff out. I was selling CDs on my own all throughout my campus in Boston. But in 2008, I started a record label. So I had my own record label, like legit record label. We worked with a PR. We had a PR person who was working with us. Like we was booking our own shows. I had went on tour, official tour, and it was dope. We was performing in front of 2,000, 3,000 people. So, I always wanted to take the independent route, and I always felt like I didn't want to waste my money. I didn't want to waste, like, what I learned in school. I'm like, shit, they probably went to college, and they probably know this shit that I know, so let me see if I can figure it out. So I was like, all right, let me find these books. And I was at the library. I'm reading all these books. And I'm like, yo, let me just try it. And it worked out pretty good. And I'm grateful for the opportunity.
So I just wanted to say, please tell us more about your LLC skills, bro.
Yeah, so
because most people scared as fuck, but
yeah, so I mean, I really think with music, like in general, or any business entrepreneurship, like you gotta have your business on point. It's something that don't get talked about enough. And I feel like people be gatekeeping information, man, but you got to share that information because it's like you get an LLC, you go, you pay your $300, you get your bank account, you make sure that you got at least $2,500 so you don't have to pay that monthly fee, keep it in there, build it up, and then whatever you purchase, you make sure you write off those purchases for those first 3 years. They give you a little time for you to really maneuver and get your business off the ground. But it's important. You got to do it if you have your business. Right, and you got to make it happen because you got to treat it like business.
So
see, a lot of artists fail to basically trademark their name. It's like, especially when they become a rapper, they're like, oh, you know what? I'll trademark my name later. Then, the name is already gone.
Yep.
And it's like they wait too late.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I actually just spoke to I was speaking to a lawyer. This is last week. I spoke to a lawyer last week about trademarking.
Right.
I didn't trademark it yet, but the way trademarking works too is that if you have proof of that you've been actually using it for an amount of time, you can fight it. But if you really want to do things the right way, knock it out. It takes a long time. The lawyer who I was speaking to, Ryan Schmidt, he is from on the West Coast, but I work with this company called Hitmaker.com. Shout out to them too. They handle all my website needs and everything like that. But he was mentioning, if you show proof of you're actually using the name or using it, like you got a good case. So, but it's smart for people to do it though, I think.
So this would be your only LLC, or?
So this is my only LLC right now, but I've had a few. and I plan on doing more. I'm thinking about doing a little something for my sons in the future, so I'll probably set up a little business for them, something to get them started.
All right.
Yeah, so very soon
Word.
though. Yeah.
Okay.
So, if anything about LLCs, did that paperwork make you say, "Oh, fuck this shit"?
You mean as far as like the bit, what in what aspect?
Because you know that you have to dwell into their system, or just to say, "I got to put this together, put that together." Da-da. It might not even seem like it's that much, but if a person never initiated, god damn, they would have never even known that was nothing out of my time. That right there took nothing, and I'm still ass.
Yeah, I mean, I think with me, I always just like kind of enjoyed like just the whole process of it. So it was never like it wasn't. I get what you're saying, but I enjoyed the process of it because it was like, yo, once I got my logo, once I had my logo, I was like, yo, this is my logo, this is my company. Like I'm a dreamer, man. Like sometimes, like I say to myself, like man, I'm a big dreamer, and I challenge everybody to dream because that shit ain't gonna hurt you, man. Like having an imagination, because that's what they do to people. They be like, yo, you too old to be dreaming, or you gotta, like, they try to kill your imagination, but I don't believe in that shit because your imagination is how you create the things that you want to happen in the future. So, I mean,
something in metaphysics.
a little something, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that you said that. Yeah. So hip hop passed 50 years. This 50-year anniversary was last year. What do you think is the biggest challenge in the culture since the start of hip hop?
I think unity is a big challenge for hip hop as far as like even on the basic level. I always hear about people talking about streaming. I think it's really unity because everybody, I hear so many artists complaining about streaming, but a lot of those same artists, they not working together to help that other artist they know help his show pop off or help him get this connect to do this or help this. Like if you know everybody hurting from this one thing, like when y'all work together and be like, yo, you know what? I got to play for you. Let me help you make this bag real quick because you can get this 5Gs, boom. And then maybe you got to do things with a good heart. Maybe somebody, it all comes back around. But the unity part of it, man, it's like nobody want to work together. Again, it go back to the whole gatekeeping thing where it's like people want to like hold the information and funnel little shit, which is mad corny. I always thought it was corny. And anybody who know me, who watched this pod, man, they know for a fact I don't gatekeep nothing because I ain't afraid of nobody doing nothing that I can't do. Everything that I want to do, I either am doing it now or I'm going to do it. So if you got the same information, it's cool. We gonna see who worked the hardest, and if we homies, shit, I'll throw you some game. You throw me some, it's all good.
They had this thing called payola back in the days. You know what payola is, right?
Of course.
Cool. Fuck them. But they say it ain't tricking if you got it. I don't know about that shit either. So is it in this day and age to actually say, yo, somebody should just not grease anybody up, but is it correct if somebody was to ask you, as in, damn, this shit ain't over? Like, that shit ain't stopped?
Yeah,
payola. Have you bumped into that?
So payola is still going around right now, but it's going around on it's actually probably on a level a little bit above where I'm at the moment. And I'm going to tell you why, because to get on the radio, you're not really getting on the radio unless you're paying money. You know what I'm saying? To go viral, though, I mean, payola is less now because of the internet, but they filtered out a lot of ways for people to stop going viral without them. But if you really want to make a splash with anything, like, it's like, and even with payola, like, I mean, shit is whack in a lot of ways because you could sign 20 artists if you got 100 mil, and you can have all 20 of your artists popping regardless if it's talent or not. But that's always how the game has been. So it's one of those things that's been around. But a lot of the stuff that you do in the music industry, you're going to pay for it until you get to a level. And even as an independent artist like myself, I'm okay with paying services. That's the difference. Like, I'll pay services. And this is another, I hate the free mentality. Like, yo, if you a graphic artist, you do video, I don't want your shit for free.
Substance for substance contract.
I want to work with you because, for one, I don't want to be on your time. I don't want to be waiting for you to do something for me because you're doing it free.
We literally call us gang. Oh, we could communicate. We could in
Yep.
a circle of.
Yeah.
Enough said.
It's a respect level too. So it's like with the services, you paying for your services, whatever you need as an artist, you're gonna have to put out some bread and really make it happen. If you're a serious artist, if you a hobbyist, cool, then have fun, be creative. But you're gonna pay for service. It's the way the industry go, and that's the name of the game.
So I just thought of a question. So if you have $500,000 right now, so would you buy a house or would you just invest everything in your career?
I would take 300,000 and buy a house. Not in Jersey, whatever, because Jersey, my taxes now are ridiculous in Jersey. But I would do like South Carolina maybe, and then what I would do is I would take another 50,000 and I would convert the basement of the house into a studio with a pool table. I know how to do all the engineering, all that stuff, and I would do that, and then I would take the 150. I would probably break that down to like 75 and put it into hiring a promoter who actually promotion online, more so somebody who's good at social media and ad placements, because that's where I think the game is at for everybody. And then from there, I would probably save some dough for when some dope events come up and I could pull up and get right.
But you had to spend the whole $500K on the house or the recording career.
Oh, if I had to do it?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Then I'm going to spend it on the house. The reason why is because I'm already doing my thing right now without the $500K. So I would rather have the assets of having a house and make that work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, because, it's one of those things, like, I think you either got to have money and experience or money. Because, when you have experience and know how to maneuver, you can maneuver with some paper. You could have a certain amount of paper. You like, you know what? I record all my music at the crib. I got the engineer who's the homie. So I could do this whole project in $2,500. And then you could say, you know what? $2,500 to do this project, but I'm going to make $15,000 off it. So I'm going to do that 4 times this year, and I'm going to bust it down every single time. So if you have experience, you know that. Some people who got money, you just throwing money everywhere, just hoping that shit stick.
And
but
when they see their budget, shit.
Exactly. So, you got to have a combination of the two, or you just got to have a lot of the one.
So this is not that, it's not jump around, but I got this question. I know you had a chance if you said you had the CDs pressed and everything. Did it scare you, or did you say, oh, yeah, when you seen the transition to streaming? It's an old question, but it's going to be...
Yeah, so it did. I was shocked how fast it was moving with the streaming. It did, because I know how I could take 100 CDs and get $500 real quick, as opposed to streaming. But I mean, shit, man. Like, I'm from Jersey, bro. We know how to hustle. We know how to get to what we need to get to.
Right on.
So it's like, I understood, like, if that opportunity go away, we just gonna have to make something else happen. So, but I still, to this day, I still sell directly to my fans. Like, it's www.spitzNelson.com. I just sold my last project there. Right. We got the merch there. Shout out to everybody who purchased it. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, we still going direct, and the people who really for you, they going support you. And that's the thing too. Like, the mentality of like, I gotta have 1 million fans. I gotta have 1 million fans. You might only have 200 fans, but peep this. You got 200 fans, right? Each of those fans, let's say they spend $100 every year with you. But let's say, friend, let me do my math real quick. Let me do my math. Real quick.
Word.
So you do 200 fans, and they all do 100 in a year, right? So that's 20K, right? But let's say that's only one project, right? But if you're an artist who recorded 4 or 5 projects, how much money you making then? So it's like people get mesmerized by the streaming numbers, and they're great. I love when artists do big streaming numbers, but as we hear on the radio and stuff going on now and everything, streaming should be fake too.
He just answered my question.
So you got to think, like, if you got the bread, you could fake the streams, but even faking a bunch of streams, you might spend more money faking the streams than to get it to where you need to.
How about this? The FCC that regulate, right? So Gangnam Style, you heard about this song?
I heard about
You
that.
heard about the situation?
I didn't. I saw something, but I didn't dig into
You mean to tell me, am I talking right to this mic? Did they have a bunch of bots giving them the whole spin? So fuck mind control. You mean to tell me nobody would have even had the window to jump in if they did?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But just to see if a person sees that much numbers and they, oh shit, it really catches them on some. Well, let me see, because it got this much pull already.
Yeah,
interesting, right?
You can control the population because most of the people are gonna look at, yo, that dude right there is fire. That song is fire, but he don't got emotion. He got 200 fans. That song right there, it got 200 million. That's what everybody's into. So it's one of those things where it's like you gotta kind of like have your own mind in a certain sense. But man, they could play with you. They could make you think some shit is dope and it's trash. So you gotta have your own mind.
That's cute. I just do this shit for jokes. So that sound like a because if I dropped anything and I said it was around that time, I'd run straight to the FCC with a nice little, yo, y'all might want to pay me for my time that got jerked because of your unregulation.
Man,
it's called a class action lawsuit.
It gets tricky. It gets very tricky. But the credibility of the artist is like really taking a hit when it comes to stuff like that. It really takes a hit. And it's unfortunate. But you know what though? I will say I'm gonna be fair too, man. I want everybody to be able to make a living. I guess, they trying to make a living or whatever, and they doing what they got to do. So I ain't going to ever stop somebody from hustling. But at the same time, it's not as credible when people are faking likes and faking streams and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's just hard. So before we go back to you, let's just do some more hip hop stuff. So
listen, man, I'm here, man. Let me know what y'all want to talk about.
So what's a hip hop subgenre that you deserve need more attention?
Man, so it's my new genre, dad rap. Nah, I'm bullshit. But like I feel like adult contemporary type of vibes where it's like, yo, there's so much music out here, and I could listen to every type of music. Like I might go in my car and I might want to listen to some gangster shit. I might want to listen to some like conscious shit, but I feel like the vibe that I'm on right now is more adult contemporary. Like I'm talking about family life. I'm talking about like being like a real person in regular life, trying to make my goals happen, trying to take care of my family, trying to do right by my loved ones, and still having a passion for hip hop. I think more of a light needs to get shed on anything besides that. And what I mean by that is everybody's stuck in a little box where they feel like I gotta make these songs for me to pop off. And it's like, bro, you can make whatever you want. You just gotta have the heart to do it. I'm gonna make the stuff that I feel most comfortable with and that I love, and I'm gonna find my tribe that way. So I feel like more adult contemporary hip hop.
When you said dad rap, everybody love black fathers. What is going on?
Listen,
So hold up. In my head, I'm thinking, Spitz don't even know that he about to get Jermaine Dupri mad as shit.
Listen,
he started off with some put your clothes on backwards. It's cool. I tried it. It's cool, but for somebody to actually say, keep your clothes how it is.
Yeah.
Keep your behavior straight though, and there's some bars that's gonna actually get into a vibration of.
Yeah, I mean, because even if y'all get a chance and go back and listen to Doing My Job, like I'm talking about like raising my son and like trying to get to this next level of being a successful black man, and trying to do right by my family, and I'm trying to bring these core values out through my music. That's why I'm comfortable saying like, yo, my kids, my wife, it's all good. You can't be scared to be yourself. So if you really scared to be yourself, like you haven't matured enough yet. And that's really, and like I was joking about dad rap, but I'm serious at the same time because being around my kids, I be writing little shit like, and I be thinking about them a lot, and I just want to raise them the right way. So I'm like, yo, if that shit go on my music, maybe it might be 100,000 dads who they might pull up to the show, like, and they might pull up with their girl, they wife, be like, yo, this dude, he got some heat. I mean, obviously it got to sound good, but if you're talented, you should be able to rap about anything. We shouldn't be in a box on what we got to rap about.
#facts.
I'm glad you said that because in the last 2-3 years, you see a lot of artists coming out now, like veteran artists, like Nas, who else?
As they
Dogg
should.
Snoop Dogg, Clips. That's Slick Rick.
As they should, yeah.
And then they're like late 40s, early 50s, releasing albums. And the topic is like, it's more broader now. It's more like adult, like you said, adult contemporary hip hop.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's because we're at a time, and I heard this before, so this is not directly coming from me, but I heard somebody talking about, I forget where, but we're at a time where the older rappers are the nicest rappers right now. In my opinion, I feel like we got a generation of young rappers who are dope. You got some that are really dope, and some that are just very subpar, low vibrational stuff. So it's like most of the dopest artists right now, they getting up there. You got the Coles, you got the Kendricks, you got even the Clips just dropped their album. So it's like we're at a great time in hip hop where a lot of our favorite MCs are very mature, and it's fire. I like it a lot. I think it's cool.
You're right. I feel like we're at a cross point right now. And even with the record sales, even with concerts, a lot of veteran rappers are selling out more than younger artists.
For sure.
And you can see it with the numbers, which is just like surprising.
It's one of those things where I think what's happening to a lot of younger rappers are the projects aren't as developed, the talent is not as developed. So you might have one song that might be popping. It might be the best shit out. Everybody might love it or whatever, but it's not enough for people to say I'm gonna spend $100 to go to this concert. Yeah. Side note too, man, like a lot of the youngins don't got that type of money right now. So it's like, it's one of them things where the prices are up on everything. It costs more. So parents probably don't want to give $200 to go to this bullshit ass concert. Nah, I'm playing, but like, I just think it's not surprising to me because we know what the veterans have been doing for years, and if they still doing it and haven't retired, it's like, yo, let them dudes rock out. And they fans is still gonna come to their show. They fans got more money right now too because they matured in life. They like, shit, I own my house, I got a car. You know what? Shit, I don't buy as many Jordans as I used to. I'm going to go and pay this $500 for this VIP little thing. So it's not really surprising to me. I think, but the funny thing is, too, is that this is the crazy part. The youngins are saying, like, I need to go back and listen to this shit. Now you got the the young people now, they like listen to young rappers, but they going back and trying to listen to Nas and Jay and Biggie and Wu because it's nostalgic. And then they finding out like, yo, it's dope. And plus we had a turn really in hip hop anyway, where it's like, yo, we had so much music that was the same. And a lot of the trap music, I listen to so much music. And some of that shit, I'll vibe to it. But here's the thing, we had so much of one style of music for so long, right? Uh-huh. So now everybody was like, yo, I'm putting out this type of song. Everything, and like people just got tired of it. So now it's like everything goes in a circle anyway. Even with the clothing, right?
Yeah.
Now all the clothing that people used to rock many years ago is coming back. You know what I mean? I'll see some shit. I'm like, oh shit, that shit is people doing that again. So it's a cool time, man. And I like that everybody's being expressive and they're finding this new old shit. I love it. Shit, yeah. I'm glad they finding this new old shit.
At the same time, too, it's like underground is slowly going back on the rise, and you see mainstream is like struggling for success.
I mean,
yeah.
I think the underground is thriving right now. Because the underground is thriving so much because some of the people who have become so successful, even if you look at guys like Griselda, right?
Yeah.
Griselda, they got 3 artists, and I listen to their music. I've been listening for a while. They got 3 artists who are more like grimy, underground type of vibes, like the soul samples, the dusty drums. Yeah. Then you got one of my favorite artists right now who I've been listening to for years, Rock Marciano. He's...
GTA?
You said GTA? Yeah, what you mean?
I'm thinking Rock Marciano.
I'm not sure.
I know, but I'm wondering, was he on GTA?
I don't remember him being on GTA.
All right, cool. Let me not speak.
Nah, you good.
I got the phone right here, but go ahead.
But Rock is dope, and like hearing that type of sound, you got dudes like even Knowledge the Pirate, one of his homies, they collab on a lot of stuff. So you got dudes like that who have that kind of like Renaissance type of feel. And you got so many other artists like Boldy James and all these dudes who are dropping heat. But the thing about those guys dropping heat is, you know what they're doing? They're dropping projects that are fire, not one song. Like you could go and listen to a whole project and listen to it straight through. You could sip a beer, you could burn one, you could chill, go on a ride, do whatever you do, and it's a good project. So the underground is thriving because they're in a creative lane right now that just wasn't here. Like they creating so much dope shit at a high level too. Sometimes dudes is like, and I even take this again. I'm a fan of hip hop. I don't even like talking about myself as much when I talk about this because it's like I'm such a fan. I'm watching. I'm like, I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna listen to that. But if I bring it back to myself, I'm the same way. I'm gonna create projects of work. Like, yo, I want to create projects of work. Even though I'm doing the 4-pack Good Coffee Club now, I'm gonna do 4 more projects before the end of this year. So I'm gonna drop boom, 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 good solid projects. So it's just not one song. So the underground can thrive because we giving people that's something that they can listen to for a long time, not just one song.
You feel like we being bombarded by any genre or any form of hip hop? So I noticed when we was listening to your catalog, you said 200 songs. Mm-hmm. How much of those you auto-tuned on Spitz?
So I auto-tuned on probably 3.
You said what?
Probably 3.
This boy confident. So you mean to tell me out of all of the engineering, out of all of the, I could get further in place. Everybody else doing it.
I could tell you the songs.
Arabic rap music.
I could tell you the songs. And when I did it too, even when I did it knowing that I could hold a little bit of a note, but I did it in a way where I felt comfortable about it, that I could listen to it over and be like, that shit sound like, I wanted to hear it and be like, yo, this fit exactly what was in my mind. It's dope, but I didn't over abuse it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't use it as a crutch. I use it because I wanted to use it, but I can still create 100 more songs without ever touching auto-tune. So it's not, on any type of beat too, and that's the thing.
Which would bring it back to, there's certain other people that would say, I don't want my kids to hear what I put out. How you feel?
Nah, they can listen to it.
All day.
They can listen to it because even with the bullshit, some of the bullshit that I was saying in it, I think your character, man, you are who you are, and I was still dropping a lot of gems, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like there's some songs, like, they can listen to a song that's off Open It Up called I'm Great. And I'm Great is me rapping in the mirror, like saying I'm great. Sometimes you got to motivate yourself. Like, sometimes you got to be, listen, everybody ain't going to cheerlead you. You got to be your own cheerleader sometimes. So me saying I'm great, I move swift in and out of the stage. Couple shows trying to get that cake. I'm great. It's fast paced. I'm watching for the Jakes. Like, it's just like I'm saying I'm great. That made me feel good to say it. So it's a lot of gems in the music. They might hear some other stuff, but they're going to hear a lot of substance in it as well.
I like that. The track.
Yeah.
So the track, Rappuccino. How did that come about?
So Rappuccino. Rappuccino, man, listen. So Rappuccino actually came about when, so I sent the beat to my ghostwriter, and he penned everything for. Nah, I'm bullshitting.
Oh, okay.
So he, so me and Slim, we was finishing the project, Good Coffee Club 1, and like my wife was about to have the twins, and I was like still like finishing up some songs. And shout out to my wife, yo, she the best. But I realized like some of the songs didn't fit on the project that I was trying to force. So I took like 4 songs off. Like I had 8 songs I was doing, and then I skipped it down to 4. So then I'm listening. I'm like, yo, only these 2 songs I like, Counterfeit and Doing My Job. The other 2 I took off. So Slim had sent me that beat months ago, and it was just on my hard drive. So late night, I'm tired. I'm playing through the beats, and I'm drinking some coffee, and I hear that shit. I'm like, this shit sound like something that would be at a cafe. So then I started writing, and I started thinking of Cappuccino, and I just switched it around from Cappuccino to Rappuccino.
I don't know why I forgot about MC Light and why did I the Cappuccino until you came up with the Rappuccino, which is that shit is dope.
Anything I feel like I do feel like on that song though, I do need to do a remix though and get Capadonna on it though somehow because I feel like I feel like
right.
in my head, like I don't know Capadonna, but shout out to Capadonna.
Nah, that's that energy.
I feel like he would put a fire verse on it. Like that's just what I feel like. Cappuccino, so I feel like it would be dope. So that just was always playing in my mind. So
Winter Wars verse, we know that.
Winter Wars is crazy.
We know that verse.
I like that from Rappuccino.
Yeah, I love that song, man.
So your album cover for reflection, self-reflection. Now, how did that come? It was like black and white?
Yeah, so self-reflection, that was one, I actually took that picture for that cover. When I was writing that song, I was just thinking a lot. I was really just thinking about like life and like the ups and downs, the blessings, like the things that happen. And I was just really just, again, like using it as therapy and kind of just taking a chance to have a conversation with my listeners. But again, I'm speaking to myself. When I'm hearing these words, I'm thinking about it. So it was just me kind of reflecting on just the ups and downs of life and just thinking about where I'm going and where I'm at right now. And it was a piece. I love that piece. I love that song.
Okay. So, many rappers are moving away from traditional albums, and you're releasing more singles and EPs.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that?
I think I'm releasing EPs right now is just because I had took time away from doing music for a little while, so I just kind of wanted to spoon feed my listeners again, and just give them the 4-packs. And with the whole Good Coffee Club, it's like I already got maybe 3 projects done sitting right now, but just getting ready just to kind of do some shows again and just build it up. But we got some albums on deck though.
So are you still going to release the 20 album in 2 years?
I think so.
20 albums in 2 years?
Yes.
So that's like 10 albums a year. That's like one every 6 weeks?
I think so. I think what's going to happen is eventually, I would say probably once I get past starting in 2026, I think I'm going to go on a big run, and I think I'm going to release the most music that I've ever released or that a lot of people have ever done. The reason why is because I think music now, again, I'm more passionate about it. Again, it goes back to my family. But I'm more passionate. It's coming so easy because I get a chance to just write about my current life. And we literally could write a song every day. If we think about it, somebody can write a song about, damn, I was in this fast food line and I seen this girl and I got nothing but da-da-da. But you could write a song every single day, so why not? Yeah. Why not write it, record it? Like I record all my own music anyway, so it's like record it, get it mixed, and put it out. Give people something that inspires them as well. So that's my goal. That's what I would love to do.
Okay. You could tell from the blend, business, kind of comedy, but I ain't too funny with it. But you trying to get that Guinness Book of attention or what? Because I never heard of nobody, not even to say it's a waste, not in that perspective at all. Yeah. So I never heard of nobody saying, bitch, I got enough. Bitch, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know what I'm trying to do, though?
Shoot.
I'm trying to weed out all the
bing, bing,
I'm trying
bing,
to weed
bing,
out
talk.
the what they call them fair weather fans. I'm trying to weed them out because if you release so much, people like, yo, he released shit again, I'm unfollow, and I want that to happen because I want to find my tribe. I want to find those people who really like.
When they actually, this catalog, what?
I want people to be like, yo, even if it's only 500 people, I want them to be like, yo, I got every single album. He got 26 out right now. I was there for every piece. Like, you got to find your tribe, and I feel like I'm going to be creating music that's going to resonate with the people, and I'm only getting better. So I feel like it's becoming easy, man. It's really becoming easy.
I got another question. You gave up on PlayStation Network or the Xbox?
You know what's crazy? I don't play video games.
And the Matrix wasn't for you. So when you manifest with your own imagination, your affirmation.
Yeah. So it's crazy because I have Xbox. I got Xbox One, but I don't really. Yeah.
Watch movies on
that. Yeah. It's there. It's sitting there, but.
Word. All right.
But in terms of albums, right? So Papoose released one album a month a few years ago for like 1 year. I think he was naming them like January, February, March, April through December.
Fire.
Yeah. Were you following the same format?
I don't think I'll follow the same format, but I think it's dope. Shout out to Poose. I did a song with Poose. But I think I'll just do whatever feels good at the time. Like, shit, I might do, if I got the songs, everything ready, I might do 3 in 1 month. You never know.
3 in 1 month?
Never know.
And So what's your take on artists owning their masters?
Whew, damn, y'all asking some good questions, man.
Yeah.
I like this show, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think artists should own their masters if they know what to do with it. And I also think artists need to quiet down a bit if they don't really know about the business, because a lot of the artists screaming about masters, you gotta have a plan when you got your masters. Because if not, like I heard Lupe say this, like Lupe said this shit, and I was like, finally somebody said it. He said, "What you gonna do? Carry your masters around in the suitcase?" And I said, "Thank you for saying it." Like, unless you know what you're gonna do with your masters, especially artists now. And this is not a shot at indie artists, because I'm an indie artist. I'm doing my thing, but I want to help other artists as well. Like these artists now, who you might see on the street, they're like, "I want to own my master, do a label." Some of them don't even have a PRO company. They don't even have their performing rights stuff. They don't even have their publishing. So if it's an artist in the industry who put in their work to be great and they doing their thing, cool. They should own their masters. You know what I'm saying? They should get an opportunity after a certain amount of time. But people just talking about owning masters is crazy. Like, I feel like it's just one of the things that people like to talk about.
It is.
Let me get this right. What the fuck is a PRO company?
So it's basically like when you do your songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're a rapper, right?
Right.
You do your songs, right? It's a writer side and a publishing side.
Oh.
That's when people start talking about publishing. That all these rappers complain about, because a lot of times, you know, you it's part of the deal. Sometimes you got to sign it over. Yeah. So you want to make sure you're getting your writer side. You want to make sure you're getting your mechanicals.
Thank you for telling somebody.
Nah, no problem. You want to make sure you want to make sure all your business is intact. You want to just make sure that you're not leaving no money on the table.
So they were like having ASCAP BMI.
Yeah. I'm signed up to ASCAP right now. I've been signed up with ASCAP for maybe 17 years. So it's a good company, but they all do the same thing. It's a way for you to do solid business. Like when I do songs with people, it's like, let's make sure the business is good so we can knock it out. Yeah, so we do our splits. Yeah.
Cool. I like that. Cool. So who's on your hip hop Mount Rushmore of New Jersey?
Oh, of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Wow. So New Jersey, I'm going to say Lauryn Hill. I'm going to say, can I say a group as one person? Or
that's yours.
So I'm going to say Naughty by Nature,
Right.
Redman, because you got to put Red up there, and in other mountains too. But and I'm gonna say, man, I'm gonna say my guy Chino XL. So that'll be my four. I'll go Lauryn Hill, Redman. I'll go Naughty by Nature, and Chino XL.
Well, what happened to Queen Latifah?
Queen Latifah will be honorable mention. I love Queen.
Oh, okay.
I love her. Her impact is bigger in a lot of other areas than just hip hop, but I love her too. That's just my particular one.
So were you around the whole Flavor Unit era?
Yeah, I remember Flavor Unit. Mm-hmm. They had, you know what's crazy? They had one song. It was like, they had that song, There They Go Again, Them Haters. I like that song, but I remember they dropped a lot of music, and then it was like, it slowed down. But I remember it was dope. It was a dope collective.
Yeah, it was Flavor Unit, and it went down to Native Tongues. Then after that, it just kind of died off. Yeah,
but Jersey has a lot of dope MCs, because I'm a huge fan of Rod Digger. Huge fan. And that's another album that I bought. I bought her album before Dirty Harriet. Mm-hmm. That album was fire, even still to this day. I used to collect CDs, but
Pac One from Outsiders.
I was gonna say the Outsiders were dope, and a lot of people don't know this too. This is something that people need to know. Like Eminem came to Jersey and was messing with the Outsiders. Oh, yeah. Like, so when you hear that skill level from Eminem, dope. But he was around some killers. He was around some spitters. So it helps when you go to these different cities and you have these relationships too, and you follow some of the greats. Because I know M is a huge fan of Redman. So yeah, man, it's a lot of dope MCs from Jersey.
Lord of the Underground.
Fire.
Yes.
Fire.
And I'm a big fan of Redman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody should be. Red is still nice.
To this his last album that came out last year.
Still nice.
Muddy Waters 2. He still got it.
I always say, like, he's super underrated. But to me, he's up there with a lot of the MCs. So
yeah, he's very underrated.
So I think now it's progressed to a point where it's like if you can get a #1 album or get in that top 3 with those big albums, and you making that type of money, you could branch off and start signing artists, and you got the system now to funnel your artists through to make money. It was harder when they was doing it, so I got to give props to the homies who was really putting in work creating labels back in the day. But I think it's a little easier now because the tools are there, and it's more exposure now to create for your families if you could get there.
You think it's easier now?
I think it's easier now, yeah.
How? Sure. I think it's harder now.
So I think it's easier now in terms of like if you are a big artist. Like for instance, if you bring a big artist, let's say for example, like even Griselda, you look at Benny the Butcher, right? He got to a level where now he can have Black Soprano Family, and he just signed a whole bunch of artists, and now he can help them provide for their families because of the level he is at. I feel like back then you really had to be killing it for a while before you can say I got a whole roster of 7 or 8 artists that everybody got a chain, everybody got hundreds of thousands in account. Nice. So I feel like the money's a little stronger once you get those big records.
So what's the biggest risk you ever taken so far in hip hop?
I think the biggest risk I've taken is when I moved to Florida. Yeah, so I moved to Florida to actually. So I moved to Florida to build a studio with a friend of mine, and I just left Jersey. Like I was like, yo, I'm going down there, build a studio. I wanted to have a home base. I wanted to be able to create every single day because I always used to say like, all I need is a studio, right? Every rapper says that shit, right? But it's really, it's not the case, and I know for a fact. So I went to Florida. We had state-of-the-art studio, and it was official, and I was in there, but I wasn't at the level that I needed to be mentally to even have that shit yet. Like if it was now, it would be cool. But I didn't utilize it in the right way, I think. Like I was recording this stuff, but I just wasn't. That's why everything's with experience. Like I was recording, but honestly, man, I spent most of the time in there just blazing and listening to beats. Like, so I'm thinking a lot of things come with maturity. So I think that was the biggest risk because I left everything I knew to go somewhere else and try to create this whole situation. And I think that's what everybody thinks. Like, yo, if I could only get to Atlanta, you know what, if I get to New York, no, you could pop off anywhere, like anywhere. You just got to hustle because think about it. If you was in Idaho, right? Say you live in Idaho in a small town, right? But nowadays with the tools we got our laptop, we got our mics and everything, right? You could create your music, reach out to some beats, go on BeatStar, go wherever. But when it's time to put out the projects, you got the internet, you're going to put it there anyway. But shouldn't everybody in that hometown get your flyer with a QR code on it with your music? Shouldn't you be outside everywhere letting people know that you're the one rapper in that town and you're fire, you're official? Like, if you're nice, you don't need to go anywhere. Like, and if you're nice, you don't need to say, I need this big studio or I need these big producers. Like, if you dope, shit's going to happen for you regardless. You could be anywhere.
No, I totally agree with you. Yeah, if you're nice, mentally you're nice, period. Yeah. But why Florida out of all places?
I think Florida was because a friend. So the friend of mine who I was working with, he lived down there, and also too at the time, it was so my ex-girlfriend, she lived in Florida too. We dated in college, so at that point in time, I think I was kind of like talking to her a little bit here and there, and I had linked up with her before I had went down there, so it seemed like a nice place to live. And I was just looking for something new. I was in Jersey, and I was just like, man, I gotta get out of Jersey. But it's funny though, sometimes you go one place, go another place, because I think I've been to Boston, then I said I'm going to New York, then I went back to Jersey, then I went to Florida. But I always think about this book called The Alchemist. If any of y'all ever get a chance, read that book. Dude went on a crazy journey all around the whole desert just to come back home. Wow. And the whole time he was looking for his treasure, but the treasure was right at home. The treasure was the shorty. He met the girl. He was a sheep herder. So things in life, sometimes we be chasing all this shit, and it's really right there. But we need that journey so we can understand what life's all about. Because through that journey, you get all the experience. You take little bits and pieces, and you might stay there, or you might come back home, and you might find your treasure. You might find your treasure there, But a lot of times we circling back because we thinking, I got to do this in order for no, you just got to get your shit together and do what you got to do. So,
have you performed in the areas that you reside in?
Yes. Not so I performed Boston,
Right.
New York,
Right.
Florida.
So out of the cities that you perform in, which would you say this is just visitation, or I fucks with y'all?
Man, so I say all of them, but Boston I got the most love.
Right.
So Boston I got the most love because that's where I started at. Like it was a lot of friendly face in the crowd, a lot of people who showed me love, and they helped me get nice. You know what I'm saying? I was making music and creating so much and doing so many shows. So I say Boston, man, is the place. Florida, I didn't do too many shows in Florida, but it was cool. It was cool too. I think the music scene's a little different down there. So I prefer it to be like New York up here.
What make you say that though?
I think it's like seasonal. Like for instance, like in Florida, I liked how like Art Basel, you know, it comes around and you got the Wynwood section and all that, which is dope. But I think it's just too spread out. Like it's not a central area where I could go to and find performances. Even though there's a ton of dope artists down there, but it's just like in New York you could find stuff, man. In New York you got so many opportunities. Shit, New York, I seen people performing at Union Square in the rap battles and different shit. So it was just a little different. Like the city, if you're an artist in the city, you can move and shake a little more and find more opportunities to be an artist.
All right, cool. So we're about to wrap up pretty soon, but let me ask you, how do you feel about AI? AI, big technology taking over music slowly.
I think AI is something that's inevitable. I don't think AI is going to take over music. I don't think it can. Like, I don't think AI could write my shit. Like, I don't think AI can write my shit. But I think AI is one of those things where people are going to use it and they're going to drop some bullshit. And people who trying to use it for lyrics and all that shit, man, just hold your horses, buddy. Like, everybody, y'all going to all be sounding the same. Nah, but it's helpful. It's a tool, I guess. But it won't take over the industry, though.
Would you incorporate AI into your music or production?
I don't need to. I got Slim. I got Slim. I got Carlito. I got a whole bunch of fire producers. I don't need to. I mean, maybe if I didn't have producers, you know, everybody to each his own. Everybody got to do what they feel comfortable with. But I just can't see myself doing it because the reason why I say I can't see myself doing it because it takes the fun out of it to do it. If I could just say like, here, da-da-da-da. Like, granted, shit, I use AI for other shit. Like, I'll use it to help me with some shit. AI uses it as a tool, but don't abuse it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
all right. So, I was scrolling through your Instagram and I seen that you had like pretty much like a throwback where you were talking about certain merches that the labels had put out for previous artists. What do you feel like, how important do you feel merch is for independent artists?
So I think merch is the biggest thing right now if you're an independent artist. If you don't have it, you should get some because merch you might not do. And that's the thing too, even with my last project, like I might not sell 1,000 copies, but today when I'm looking at my account going in, somebody bought 4 or 5 pieces of merch. So a sweatshirt is $60, a song is $1. So artists gotta look at it from the perspective of what can I do to combat the streaming? You know what I'm saying? So, and if you have a good product, people will buy it. And if you put yourself out and they really like your stuff, they might stream you all day. And they say, I'm never buying your CD or buying your, see what I'm talking about, or buying your vinyl or buying your stuff off iTunes. But you know what? I like that Good Coffee Club sweatshirt. 60, I got you.
So time out. Social media been around since you've been putting out bars, correct?
Yes, sir.
And tried to look you up, and it's not any fault of that, but you keep yourself private from social media, business-wise?
Somewhat.
Just
Somewhat. Somewhat, I'm gonna tell you.
Eddie Murphy voice. This boy good.
So I think what it is that I've never been like a big social media guy, except for like my music, pushing hair and stuff like that. It's like, do I really want to let everybody know everything about me?
Ching ching.
Like, it's cool to meet people. I met a lot of people on social media, and I meet people all the time. But I'm a real person, so social media, I'll walk down the street. I just did a listening party at a cafe 3 weeks ago, and that felt better than talking to people on the internet. Like, I'll tell you about me in real life. You don't need to see it. And also, too, I think, you know, when you're creating content, create that content. Be dope. Put your shit out there. I'm going to put more stuff out there slowly and do stuff. But I think what it comes down to is, like, I feel like I don't really need to show them everything. But if I show them the stuff that I want and they become interested, they'll come to my show and I'll be able to have these type of conversations and they'll learn more.
So then what sections of gatekeeping do you think dropped a couple of levels, or, you know, or has it shit is just like a nonstop autonomous? I
think the gatekeeping now is the gatekeeping between the artists now, though, like the lower level artists now too. Like, I feel like gatekeeping never went away. Like, it's still here, it's heavy, right? So the thing with the gatekeeping is, like, you can get to resources easier because you got the internet. You can find anything. You could go in ChatGPT and say, "Yo, you know what? What type of shirt, that Givenchy shirt? What fabric is that?" You could go and say, "Yo, I saw this guy with these QR posters when he was on stage." You could find everything, so it's hard to gatekeep everything. But I feel like resources are the most gatekeeping thing. Like, if you have somebody who works in like TV or something, let's say they work in TV, right? You're the artist, me and you the artist, we like doing our thing, whatever, but you got the Netflix plug, you be getting your songs there. Most likely, the average person are going to be like, nah, I got to hold this down for me. And that's normal. So even though that's like a form of gatekeeping, it's just one of those things, like, it's never going to stop because it's a scarcity. Everything's so scarce. It's like having food, man, when everybody's starving. Like, you like, nah, this is my chicken. You like, nah,
I'm $12.
Yeah, so
they ain't even tell nobody to go get your own chickens and shit.
But it's getting better. Like, more artists are working together, which is dope. I feel like collaboration is key for us to succeed, and I hope more people branch out and help each other out more.
I was about to ask you. So you mentioned Papoose. It's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
What other fucking collabs you did?
I did a record called Heart of the Lion, Jadakiss. That's on Spotify. That's on with my homie from Switzerland, DJ Swiss Ivory. He reached out for me to be on the album and to write.
So you got some mainstream rappers and you got international things going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Which is a blessing, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
let me make sure
he had reached out to me, and
all right.
It was a great opportunity. I'm always grateful for it. So
I mean, I'm highly interested because I would have thought, not saying for the fact of you hard pointing with it, you know that I got this on my own. But to hear you have collabs, like, did you pick these people on the fact of what they could do for the project, or fuck it, they was gonna match your energy?
Nah, you know what? I got asked to be a part of those projects.
Nigga, what?
Yeah, so I got asked to be a part of those projects from people.
They came looking for you.
Yes, which is a blessing, man. You always gotta be grateful.
That boy good.
So working with people and them seeing like what you do with your pen and how you work in the studio. You know, I was asked to write on the song, so I wound up writing a chorus, and he told me to write a verse too. So and then the other song, he just asked me to be a part of it, and I was happy. We did the video. It was crazy.
That's a good.
That was a great time too. We shot that video too. It was amazing. So.
Word.
With Papoose, yeah.
Oh yeah, I seen the one with Pap.
Yeah, so we did that in Premiere Studio. So again, the homie Swiss Ivory, he worked with like DMX. He done worked with Jada. He done worked with Snoop. He worked with a lot of people. He's in Switzerland right now, but he's huge. He do a lot of international stuff. So just grateful for the opportunity.
You a straight dude, because I'd have been giggling on passing the mic shit, but fuck it, right? Because you had the Modelo too. Yeah, you ain't got to be serious with us. We all straight.
Listen, but man,
just to build into anything, Good Sport. What is up with that?
So Good Sport is going crazy.
That
right
sound
now.
like a word.
So Good Sport is going crazy right now, man. Shout out to DJ Edition and shout out to all the other DJs. But it's doing well in the underground right now.
A new type. This isn't part of.
It is. It's part of Good Coffee Club. It's on Good Coffee Club too. It's the second song. So I'm shooting a video next Saturday on the 13th. So I'll shoot y'all the information. Y'all pull up, man. I'm gonna most likely do it in New York. Yeah, so it's a record that I really like because it gave me like a Tribe Called Quest type of feel.
Oh shit.
It's doing great. It's at number 20 on college radio. So we just blessed, man. We grinding. We doing stuff we love, and we creating more music.
Are you charted on CMJ?
I believe so. I have to double check. I just got like the charts back yesterday, but it's doing really well.
Oh, so that's pretty good. Yeah, because I heard all about CMJ until you mentioned it.
Yeah, it's definitely there. I know NACC, Rap Attacks, a bunch of other ones. But just that's why I'm here today, man.
So on Rap Attack, you made it to the top list?
Yeah, it's top 20.
Yeah, top 20.
So yeah, there's some dope artists on there, man. Like I sometimes look and I'm like, man, these are some great artists. I see Lupe, I see Conway, I see all these people. I'm like, this is fire. You know what I'm saying? It's people who I listen to, so it's dope.
Yeah, because I haven't seen a list in a while. I haven't seen a list in like 2 years.
Yeah. I just saw it today, man. It's a good feeling, you know. So
yeah, because last time I was on there, what's the name died. The founder.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
R.I.P.
I forgot to mention this because when you take that name Spitz with the Nelson, it's like several other people that feel like they got the same vibe. If that came to not even to put you in any type of battle rap, but do you mind if somebody said, "Bro, I got that over you"? Nah, challenge. Or you taking what they say is a Drake approach?
So that's the thing. Like I started that way. So I never looked at rap from anything but a competitive sport until I got in the studio. I always thought it was all about battling. And even when, like, I remember in college, the first time I actually knew like I was nice with this shit was when we had a talent show at Fisher College, packed house. I'm like, damn, it's mad girls here, it's lit. So I remember got off stage and everybody was like, yo, you did your thing, clapping, doing whatever. But I didn't live on campus at the time. I had an apartment off campus. So I've always been this way. Like, even if I go to a party, like I'll go to the party, chill for a second, and I'm dipping. I'm out. People don't even know I'm leaving. So
right.
So I left the stage, was going home. They ran down to the train. This is a real story. And they said, yo, this dude in the auditorium, he dissing you. You got to come back. You got to come back. So I was like, oh, man. So I wound up walking those 2 blocks back. And, like, when I tell y'all I never destroyed somebody's career so hard before it even started. But it was probably, like, the moment in life where I was like, yo, I think I need to rap. I destroyed this guy. Like, and I remember the last line. I don't even remember the whole thing, but I remember the last line was something. He was wearing a brown long T-shirt, and I was like, see the color of his T-shirt? Look what I did to it. Shitted on him. And it was the corniest shit ever, right? But it was because I was already spitting mad bars, and he had a lot of written, but I was just like freestyling and doing whatever. But I was killing them, and that next for the whole week, everybody like, yo, this nigga's nice, da-da-da. And I was just like, was it really that good? Like, I was asking my homies, but battling, like, and from there, I done battled a bunch of people. I feel like you gotta be able to hop in the cypher. Like, it's the essence of hip-hop, like, to jump in the cypher. You know, somebody throwing a beat, anything, like, you gotta be able to do that. But the standards have changed, but that's where I come from. People beating on the table and stuff like that.
You ran through any ciphers as yet?
You said, have I done any ciphers?
Yeah.
I'm hoping to do one. Not really, but I'm hoping to do one.
I feel you.
You know what, though? I don't be doing no ciphers no more.
Now, that's I'm about to say. When somebody say, yo, they're standing up.
If somebody, so if I'm like at a show, I remember one time I was at a show and some dudes, they did a cipher out front. Everybody was smoking and stuff. It was dope. And that was the first time like, yo, people still rap.
Word.
And that was years ago, too. So, but I come from that, man. So that's the fun part.
All right, cool. So we're wrapping up. So any last parting words?
Nah, I just want to say, man, this is a dope experience, man. Like, I appreciate y'all having me out today. To anybody listening, man, make sure y'all go get Good Coffee Club 3. Go get 1 and 2 also. But follow my music at spitsnelson.com. I'm dropping hella music in the next few months. And yo, any artists out there, man, I'm gonna just say this: like, if you love this shit, just go for it, do it. Like, create, make some great music, have fun with it, and just don't be so focused on who's listening. The listeners will come. Just create and make shit happen. So, I appreciate y'all.
And it's a wrap.